about how I always do that, and then I end up doing it again anyway. Regardless, we are back from Lost Legion Games and Comics in South Charleston, West Virginia. This is round 5, the winning in round, the final round of Swiss in this 5-round standard Friday Night Magic tournament. Top 8 coming up afterwards, but one of these men potentially, if the math is correct, one of these men might make it into the top 8. So we will see how that works. They're trying to figure out how to use my life tracker. So let's do a quick reset here. So both these players are 2 and 2. 1, 3, and 2 will likely make it into the top 8. Well, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, possibly 2. We are down a little bit today, so these guys are definitely drawing live. Their tiebreakers are very good as far as the 2 and 2 players go. On your left, we have Mitchell Estep, who's playing, as Zach says, a Bant Super Friends deck. It's a control-ish Bant deck with planeswalkers all over the place and all things like that.
Trust on, he's going to populate too.
Yeah, we like to see that. Mitch plays here and there around the area in a couple different stores. So
he also has Detention Spears.
Good to see him back over here. Also, Mitch Estep 4 weeks ago won Rock Paper Scissors giveaway.
Oh.
And this is the first time I've seen him since then, so I imparted those cards to him tonight, so he's living the dream. On the right, Joseph Deal, who for the time being is playing Rakdos deck because I don't know exactly what he's playing. Did you say he's playing Naya?
Yes.
Okay. So he's playing Naya of some sort. Joseph's been on a lot of different decks. He was on Rakdos. He won a couple of FNMs in a row with Rakdos, and then he switched to Golgari, and it didn't really work out for him. Then he switched to like a junk Seance deck.
Here it comes. Oh, this probably aren't his, though.
If you could buy Rakdos at $15, how many would you buy?
0. It's above buy list price.
Above buy list.
Well, you asked me a question. I'm just giving you an honest
No,
answer.
I'm asking what is a buy list? What are you talking about?
It's the amount of money that a card store will give you for that card.
Ah, okay.
So it's only profitable if you can unload it for more than what you're buying it for. So, Bant Control versus Naya mid-range. I would think this match would favor the Naya deck simply because Bonfires are pretty good at sweeping away Planeswalkers, and Thundermaw is also a hard card for Mitch to deal with. But we'll wait and see.
He's rocking some Dissipates and some Syncopates as well, so...
I like all of those things.
Yeah.
So for those of you who have stuck around with us for the course of the night, we appreciate it very much. I've started drinking my Coke for the evening, which means I'm burping every 5 seconds.
You have a question?
We're getting questions already?
Yeah, they want to know. The adoring public wants to know.
Well, let's make it a fun game. The chat is now asking what my favorite Magic card is. I have a distinct favorite Magic card that's not debatable.
I don't know this card, so I'm just as interested.
I imagine I know what you would guess, and it's incorrect.
Okay.
It's in my top 3, but it's not.
I absolutely know what I would guess. Do you want me to announce what I would guess?
You could announce what I think.
Let's
let them start. So if anyone in the chat would like to play along, Fongify's not good guess at Fongify, as we see Rock beat Scissors Lizard in the Rock Paper Scissors. So if you want to win your own play set, go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/ZachSalesMagic. We give away a set every week. Look for the giveaway announcement and details on how to enter. So
have you ever played me with your favorite card?
Yeah, I've beaten you for an FNM with my favorite card.
I believe it. Okay.
I remember distinctly.
Yeah.
Because there was this is like story time with Zach and Zach. I remember 2 years ago, almost exactly 2 years ago. Back-to-back FNMs at the old store. We both got to the finals.
Yes.
One time you let me chop it because it was super late.
It was like
the
2 in the
second
morning.
time we actually played it out,
Yeah.
and then I won in 3 games.
Yeah.
I remember that one because didn't Brett end up being late to work?
Yeah.
Because you had given Brett a ride.
Yes.
And he was like, I got to go home and change to get back to work. Mother of Runes is incorrect. Show and Tell is my second favorite Magic card ever, but it's not my favorite Magic.
It would be difficult to play Show and Tell in Standard even 2 years ago.
Yes. So Michael Taylor doing a good job of knowing me pretty well, but did not use the context clue that we provided. That I did play it as recently as 2 years ago.
Also,
City of City of Ass.
There is a card.
Okay.
I can't say what said it. Yeah, Michael got it. My favorite Magic card of all time is Lightning Bolt.
I would have said, for the record, Goblin Guide.
Yeah, Goblin Guide is 3. Like it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Like Show and Tell is like my second favorite card. Like I love Show and Tell so much. Island is not my favorite. It would be Mountain if anything. 2 years ago, Bitter Blossom, man.
Spypo, there is a black, the Curse deck, Adrian is still playing it.
Yeah, let's see where he was at. Adrian.
He was right below these guys.
Yeah, so Adrian's also 2-2. He has the worst tiebreakers though of the 6s, so unlikely that he'll make it in. But he's at 2-2. The Curses deck is really fun, but the Curses deck has some bad matchups.
Well, like I said, as the progenitor of this Curses deck, the problem right now is it doesn't have a Pyroclasm effect. There's that
thing that's Assembler.
It doesn't hit flyer, so it's not a proper Pyroclasm effect. It dies. It does useless against Lingering Soul.
Act.
It is not a Pyroclasm effect.
If you're allowed to build decks around Cursives and Primal Surge and that Biovisionary Guide, then I'm allowed to expect you to play Blasphemous Act.
But here's the thing. Pyroclasm is not just a card that Zach Valianco wants. Pyroclasm is a card that everyone wants. Anyone who plays with mountains.
Of the 6 legacy decks that I have in my backpack, there are probably 10 copies of Pyroclasm in the 675s.
Okay,
if it's good enough for legacy.
Yeah, I mean, so the point is, I don't understand how it's not in the format. We should probably talk about the Magic game, though.
Well, the Magic game is not necessarily super exciting. It's just pretty straightforward. Turn 2 Smiter into turn 3 Smiter, and Mitch is desperately trying to get to 4 mana to inevitably clear the board with that thing. Supreme Verdict. I need a full Supreme Verdict. Let me know if you see one.
I traded mine to Brandon Hart.
Of course you did.
Didn't he?
At your house. You could have gotten
That's even worse. Like, no,
Brandon's
Brandon's
really cramping my style. I used to be the guy who got all the cool stuff, but now I'm in this broom closet supporting the community.
So could this be the Conjurer's Closet?
The what closet?
Conjurer's Closet,
yeah.
because I've been wondering that. Like,
I love that card. Yeah, that's a good card.
I told people to create the broom closet image. Oh, Mystic Genesis, we'll talk about that later too. I'll go ahead and click on the link, but that is basically the
Ooze Counterspell.
Mystic Snake meets...
I like it.
I do like it too. Like it a lot.
It's not like your go-to Counterspell.
No, Spyco, we're not going to see Bolt back in Standard soon because they intentionally cycle things like that out.
Yeah, they specifically said that they bring stuff like that in for a couple years and then take it out for a couple years.
Will it ever be back?
Yeah,
yes. Is it going to be back in the immediate future? No.
I'd like to see an all-vanilla set with all creatures. They all suck. They're all like 2/2s or something. And it's all tribal.
And at that point, that's why we know you will never be in charge of that Magic the Gathering, because that would sell about as well as if they filled booster packs with... I was going to make a reference there, but I probably
Keep it classy.
That's what I'm doing.
So while y'all were discussing that, Mitch scooped. Joseph overextended a bit there by playing a second Absence Pilgrim for really no reason, but Mitch couldn't come up with the wipe, and that was it.
Well, the thing I find funny or whatever is like...
M15. We have you heard it here first. Michael Taylor says, Bolt will be back by M15. So, if they were still calling it M15 at this point.
Well, this year's 20th anniversary, so we'll just see every good card. Black Lotus, reprint. Mox
How bad does Healing Salve feel? Like,
we've talked about that before. Like, so you look at the 5 boons, and if anyone is unfamiliar with the what a boon is, so like in the original printing of Magic in Alpha, Richard Garfield thought that each color needed something for 1 mana. 3 of something for 1 mana.
Yeah.
So Lightning Bolt 3 damage to anything. The fact that Lightning Bolt targets anything is why it's so strong.
Sure, absolutely.
It's the most aggressive red card. Is also the most effective
versatile
removal spell.
It
it's
does everything.
So good. Black, 3 black mana for 1 mana. It's the best ritual ever printed.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's obviously super good. So good that it's banned or it was banned in some formats for a while.
I mean,
and when Legacy first started, it was Dark Ritual into Phyrexian Negator.
Oh,
they banned Dark Ritual because of that.
Yeah,
and into Necro and stuff. Greens was Giant Growth,
which is a good card.
I also think Giant Growth is like one of the most underrated cards in Magic.
Oh, it's a great
because
card.
it's also super versatile. It's a bolt when it needs to be. It's a counterspell when it needs to be. It's a combat removal spell when it needs to be. And then blue got the best boon of all time, Ancestral Recall, where he just draws 3 cards, which is proven to be super broken. And then white got Healing Salve, gain 3 left,
or prevent 3 damage to target creature.
It has 2 modes, neither of which are good.
So it's like white really got screwed over in the boons. Healing Salve could be reprinted from now until forever.
I'm trying to think of
play.
I'm trying to think of a card. The only card I can think of right off the top of my head that all it does is gain life. Like there's nothing. It doesn't like Thragtusk where it's like gain 5 life plus have this awesome dude. It's only in there for gaining life. That's seen like legitimate play. And in recent years,
the spiders, the one that gives
no.
the graveyard guy.
No, landfall. Landfall gain 4 if you play the land, gain 8 for 2 mana.
For my time.
Isn't Zendikar.
I know, I remember seeing it.
What is it called? It's like rest. It's not something rest or rest for the weary. Is that what it is? Rest for the weary?
Maybe.
Let's look it up.
Yeah.
I'm hoping the chat comes
they're saying
in.
Heroes Reunion, but that's not right.
Lol.
The chat is like slow because it's obviously delayed.
Oh yeah.
You almost typed it in too.
What?
You almost had Heroes.
Yeah, you are right. Good job, Zach Evans.
This is a good card. This card sees play in Modern. Because if you have this card in like the Zoo Mirror, like if you play that and then you snap it back, like that 16 is a lot of life.
Yes, it is.
It's also very good in that deck. So, but like I mean, like so like the only card I can think of that just gains life that's good is the chat did get to it there. There's just a little bit on delay, but probably would have got it before us. But like that's the only one I can think of, and it gains 8 life for 2 mana.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So you have to get to almost double digits before it's like a reasonable card.
What is Heroes Reunion is what 7
for 2.
For 2. So it's not good enough.
That's the thing though. Like
so apparently 8 is the cutoff where 8 is good enough.
Is Heroes Reunion an instant though?
Yes.
Ooh, I don't know.
I think it is.
I don't want to look it up. I don't want to be the Magic stream that looks up Heroes Reunion. I have my standards, guys.
Well, I don't know. Like when you first start playing Magic, though, it's easy to fall on the idea that your life gain cards are effective.
Well, that's a good point from Matthias in the chat that Mystical Teachings usually plays one of those too. Because Teachings, obviously, because it's all tutor based, can play a lot of 1/0s.
Yeah.
I've actually been playing around with Cockatrice with the Guillaume off the top of his Teachings list. I don't think I'm a good enough player to pilot it, but it's a lot of fun. It's fun to beat people with White Sun Zenith.
Oh yes, lolcats basically. Yeah, suddenly cats.
Turn 1 Absence Pilgrim out of Joseph in Game 2. Mitch going to be at a big advantage this game, obviously, because he gets to cast the Board Sweeper on his turn. Turn 2. The fact that he played his Drown Yard for his second land suggests to me that he does not have a third land in his hand.
But he did Farseek.
Well, yeah. So now, if there was another land that would have come into head, I don't know.
Oh, it's a good point. He might have it. I guess we'll wait and see. I guess we're speculating over the least exciting reveal ever. But you gotta.
You could have done it to shuffle his deck.
I've moved the camera angle down. I've moved the camera physically lower to the table, based on some feedback that we've gotten from people, and I'm not sure if it's better or not. So if anyone wants to comment on that, feel free to. We get a little bit more glare on the left side of the screen, but the cards should be a little bit easier to see. What I did try to point out to people without being like a jerk about it is that, you know, like if you can't tell that that's a Loxodon Smiter and an Absence Pilgrim, like I don't know what to do for you. You know what I mean? Because like at some point you're going to have to know a little bit about what's going on.
Temporal Mastery, I believe, is a hero.
I'm not sure how good it is as a rampant growth unless he has a 5-drop. I guess it's fine as an explorer, but like if he doesn't have a land, like I guess if he doesn't have a land, it's even better because like you're never going to cast it for 7. It just gives you an extra cantrip, but.
When I was just like, no.
Against me, he actually did hard cast it, which.
I mean, the deck can easily hard cast it. It's a very interesting card that it is. Does he have any kind of interaction with it, or is it just a? He
just digs for it with Jace.
Does he have Rakdos?
He didn't play them, so I don't think so. I don't know why, but he wasn't playing. Or he sided them out for some reason.
Here's a question in the chat. Why is life... Oh, they're talking about the one white spell that's good is the Beacon of Immortality, which doubles your life total and shuffles back in. That's good, but it also costs 5. It's a sorcery, and it's not legal in Standard. It's a great EDH card.
But why is life gain so terrible?
Because
it doesn't change your board state.
It's very simple. You can gain as much life as you want, but you still have to do 20 damage.
Yeah. Well, unless you have Feldar Sovereign. Or whatever. So what's decks are built to be able to do damage to anything.
Yeah. You know, I mean, they're not designed to do 20
over
damage.
time, you're going to lose to creatures or whatever it happens to be. So
it's just not incrementally as good as anything else.
Well, it's you're also time walking yourself, sort of, sometimes.
You can't.
It's like...
No, I said it the last time I was on camera. Everyone says life gain by itself is terrible, but life gain plus some other effect is usually pretty awesome.
As long as there's something else is good by itself.
Yeah.
But it is life gain into life gain.
I mean, Lightning Helix is Healing Salve tacked on to Lightning Bolt.
But I'd play Lightning Bolt for 2 damage. If I play Searing Spear anyway. If I get like life gain out of it through a white mana that I'm always going to be able to cast, like it's perfect. Yeah. Rakdos is a prime example. Like I'd probably play that card if it was a 5/3 that just made a 3/3.
Yeah.
I might be wrong for playing it. This is it's a Jace. You -1 the Jace, right? I mean +1. I had the 1 there.
I mean that just shrinks that whole board down.
Yeah. Is Joseph playing burn spells? I mean surely he is, right?
Bonfire probably. You know what I'm happy is that we're not seeing bonfire races or anything anymore. Like who hits their bonfire and wipes the opponent's board and wins.
Bonfire is an awful Magic card. It is. Like, it's a great... In terms of power level, it's amazing. But it's bad for the game.
You think it's too swingy?
It's just... It rewards a part of the game that shouldn't be rewarded, which is just getting lucky.
Well, it goes to show you that there was a time not that long ago where people were bemoaning that Delver was the only thing you could play in Standard, and Bonfire was worth like approximately $1 gazillion, and the formats can change. You can release new cards, and you don't see Delver at all, and Bonfire is, I don't know how much it's worth, but it's certainly not worth the $60 or $80 that people had to pay for it at one time. So.
Well, I think this new Standard format, at least currently, I really like it because we see new decks all the time, and it's not like they just lose. They don't just die. Like, and even in competitive circuits, you can see a new deck just ride up.
Oh, sure.
Does Jay start on 4 counters or 3?
4. And then he goes
to 5. Yeah. So Joseph redirects the 2 damage off of the flipped
Ravager of the Fells.
Ravager to Jace, so Jace is at 1, which is important because you can't draw off of. I mean, he's looking for
Who you gonna like? Who you gonna play? I feel like.
Yeah, Joseph makes an interesting point that attack task. Oh, 100 Thunderball, very good.
Yeah, that'll hurt. Mitch is in trouble here.
So,
I think we just saw the game.
You attack. Oh, he's still at 20 life. He's fine. He just needs to find a board wipe.
No, that's true.
And if he has a verdict or terminus, he's right back in it. Assuming Joseph Hain is not like Thunderball.
I think I don't know if it's the worst thing, but letting Jace live would be a problem because that lets him dig 3 cards deep.
Yeah, I mean, Joseph made the right play. You can't just go for the head and try to kill him in 2 turns, so... Yeah. The Counterspells is also super relevant.
It's Ravager, anything that can go to a player can be redirected to a Planeswalker, Latino kid, so that's...
That sounds so racist. Look at Latino kid. I know it's his name, I'm just saying, like, saying it. Like.
Sorin, Lord of Innistrad, going to make a dude. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough at this point.
No, it's clearly not.
Should have made an emblem.
Yes, that would be a great play.
Yeah, Mitch is in a spot here. He's going to block the 4 from the Ravager, assuming that the thing doesn't get burned out.
So you know what Palmafly 2.0 does? It turns Thunderball Hellkites into Frog Lizards, and that's why I want that card.
There's no reason that it should exist. I don't get it.
To turn dragons into Frog Lizards?
No, I understand the awesomeness of the mental image here. I'm talking from Magic as a card game. It shouldn't exist.
All right.
I just hate. I mean, people, like I said, Wizards people are like...
Wizards.
Listen, not every color can be good, not every color can do everything. You gotta respect color ply, and then you reprint Pondify, and it doesn't make any sense.
So I think the attacks that he's lining up here is he's attacking Soren with the Thundermaw, and then the Wolf and the Ravager are going at Mitch. So,
why does he care about Soren there, though?
because if he untaps Wrath, Soren's going to ultimate.
Sure.
Or he's just going to make tokens that kill you. Like he might not even need it all. What is coming out of the deck? He Farseeked, but he already got a land, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. What was the question?
Like, did he already lay the land from Farseeked, or was he? Because I thought he laid a land and kept searching.
No, he Farseeked.
So now he's gonna flip his.
There's no point.
Flip his Huntmaster, gain 2 life, and get a beat or a wolf just to make sure.
I still don't like that though.
Well, because right now he needs Supreme Verdict to win or to survive, so he's gonna.
I mean, it's not like you're gonna win off that, but is he playing Terminus?
He did not run Terminus against me. I didn't see it.
Mitch told me before he does not run his board wipes main. I was very curious to this, as I don't know how as a control deck you can kind of do that.
Well, I mean, I don't know what his whole list is, but these Planeswalkers are a lot worse when you can't defend them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he's playing a playset of detention spheres.
Yes,
and stuff.
that's his.
So am I missing something here?
He's got to be holding something because he's going to have to lose.
Sphinx's Revelation, is that good enough here?
Nope. A fog does it.
Oh, he could fog, yeah. What is that?
I can't quite see.
Can't
Maybe Lockstone Smiter.
No, he tapped 6 for it. I have no. Is that Tristani?
She's only 4, isn't she?
I have no idea what that card is. Is it Armada Worm? Oh, so Abrupt Decay. So he's playing the black for Abrupt Decay, and then. Do you know what that card was? Does anybody know what that card was?
The way he tapped 6 for, I don't know.
Yeah. Why don't you open the door and see if you can know what it is?
Oh, they're saying Collective Blessing, maybe?
What'd you play for 6? What? For 6? You tapped 6 mana for something. Right there. Okay.
Oh, Collective Blessing.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, the chat was correct. Is there anybody else out there that looks like we can slot over? So, that... I don't know. I thought that matchup played out kind of like I expected it would. It's just too tough for... So there's another question in the... can you shut that door real quick? There's another question in the chat about whether we could have like an active card zone where like every time somebody plays a card I could bring it up. Like the reason that the Pro Tour can do that is because they have a professional production staff
like a truck
of about people, 10 people or more, and the reason that Star City can do it is because they have a comparable size staff, and the reason that like guys on YouTube like Klotz and stuff can do it is because they
special treat. Victor Vasquez, jank time, coming back.
Versus who?
Chris Harless.
Okay. Are they on game 2 or 3? Do you know?
He can hear you when you say these things.
No, he called it jank earlier.
Oh.
Hey Victor.
Doesn't mean he still can't hear you.
I'm not making fun of him. He won with it earlier. It's just like a mono black control deck that like.
It's game 3.
I asked Victor what he was playing tonight. He said some complete jank.
Yeah.
Of course, last time he played complete jank, it was Rakdos Gutter Snipe, and he top 8'd undefeated with it. So.
I like Victor. He's a pretty good Magic player.
Victor is a very solid Magic player. Back when we played at the old shop, he was always in the top 4.
Yeah.
I chopped mini and FNM with Victor. That was back when I could not, I went like several months without losing, and it's not because like it's not like I'm super good, but I mean like I was playing Goblins. And,
Goblin
like,
guy is really good.
I knew how to play that deck so well, and just like, they kept printing cards that like, timely reinforcements, that'll get him. Because Hero of Oxenford's been in my deck for a while. Whenever you played a Goblin Grenade, I was just like, thank you.
My soul sisters just couldn't quite get over the top against you. I tried, but I couldn't get there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the one you played. That first game, I remember that distinctly because that first game we played lasted about like a month of Sundays.
Yes.
And it was all about, he had a Johnny Pride mate that I couldn't kill when it was 2 toughness, and then went up to 3 and I couldn't kill it. I had an Arc Trail instead of Bolt, and I just couldn't catch up with it. And I definitely remember game 3 because you slammed the core Firewalker, and I was like, dismember, attack with my haste guys, and you're like, no.
I remember windmill slamming core Firewalker, and then proceeding to like face palm my head to the desk when you had the dismember. I was like, what?
There were 4 of them in there for you. It wasn't like it was not covered.
Oh no, I just like. That was the climactic moment where the villain, aka me, thinks that he's become invincible, and then the scrappy hero is like, no, you didn't see this one coming. Weak spot arrow, and down goes.
Do you have to have a mustache at that point to like?
Yes, I'm sure I had a snidely whiplash with this mustache.
You should have tied his girlfriend to the train tracks as well.
Well, it'd be his wife, I think.
Were they married at that point?
All right.
I don't know.
So while these gentlemen shuffle up again, just a quick thank you to the folks here at Lost Legion Games and Comics, the previously feature match participant James B. Roberts, proprietor, for letting us do this every week, as much as I complained about the internet earlier, which it turns out wasn't their fault. They're very kind to let us do this. Basically, the long and short of how this started was one day Jordan started doing videos.
He was terrible at it.
No, he was doing it, but he was doing it after the fact. And I've been wanting to do this for a long time. And if you do it live, it's just so much easier because there's so much. Jordan will tell you. I mean, there's so much time to do it after the fact.
Yeah, and I literally started school like the week I wanted to start doing it. So then I was like, good grades or record magic videos that I can show my friends.
But Jordan's an Asian, so we know how the priorities went down right there.
Yes.
But I basically just came in and said,
of course, one out.
I basically just came into JV.
You one out in the end.
No, my Hitatsumi Giant!
But I basically came and said, hey, JB, I'm going to start broadcasting your feature matches on the internet. And he was like, okay, as long as it doesn't make any more extra work for me. Which ultimately it did. But
how so?
Well, he's doing seated tables now. He's doing posting standings and
he was gonna
more
have
people and stuff like that.
He was going to well, okay.
That was actually a suggestion of mine because when you have that many people, it's much easier when you have numbered tables.
But that's the kind of work that he wants to have.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, and that's the...
Oh, he's not playing Burn at the Stake. He's playing Rakdos. Lied to me. It's not nearly as fun.
Well, I think he couldn't get the last pass in playing something.
I told him he could run 2.
Ghost Council already $23 pre-order.
What is?
Ghost Council. That makes me sad.
Don't pre-order cards. Only idiots pre-order cards.
Sorry,
people in the stream who pre-order cards.
But Enter the Infinite's only $3.
That's because Enter the Infinite is a card that I would play.
I told you. Omniscience, Enter the Infinite, Control. It's a deck.
No,
Alright, this game is going to be over like super quick, so I'm going to have to steer it back to
spoilers.
Yeah.
I ran out of spoilers already, but
Genesis.
so Chris is playing the same Rakdos aggro deck he's been playing the last month or so that's been very effective. He's clogged the board now. Victor needs a 4th land and a mutilate. Something fierce.
First.
Sorry.
See, so people are offering to program you a card viewer. Do you see this?
Well, they can contact me offline on, we'll say fond farewell to Monza, who's apparently going to bed. We appreciate him watching since the start. And then if Rainbow Dash wants to do something like that, they're more than welcome to contact me on Twitter or email or Facebook or YouTube, however they want to, and we can discuss that later.
So let's see. I also appreciate the Exodia reference from Mathiasen.
I have no idea what that is, and I'm going to pretend like you said nothing.
You mean there's no Yu-Gi-Oh!
I deny your reality and substitute my...
Come on, at least the cartoon, right? That was awesome.
This is very interesting that Chris is only attacking with the one Exalted guy. When I have a board full of like 11 power or like 9 power of dudes, like I just pound it in.
But you also play
Did he just say?
You also play red, and that's what red mages do.
That's what this deck is. This deck is a red deck.
I know it is, but it doesn't have red cards. Oh, I know. I'm just.
Why are you just ignoring the fact that you just said pound it in?
I almost went somewhere I probably shouldn't on this.
You don't have to go there. You just let the stream and let their imagination take
Oh, I
it.
was going to go for after you, sir. That's all.
I'm very upset. No offense to Chris's deck, but I'm really tired of watching it because it always makes it. The games are always over like super quick.
You play Commander, Zach?
He runs very good on the camera.
We can play it under the camera and show real magic.
Were there any other spoilers that we haven't talked about?
Mystic Genesis.
Oh yeah. So did I download that? Did I download it yet?
I hope so.
So
Look at that art. I'm gonna get me a foil placement of those suckers.
hold on. Hello everyone. Look at the side of my head while I.
No, look back to your.
Look at Zach's beard. Look back to me.
I do have a beard.
His beard is now swallowing up the...
You want to come see my beard in person and come to Star City Games in Columbus tomorrow. I will be there, having a good time. What was the name of the file? IB4.
I might actually get home by 12.
E.
Someone is loud about getting home by 12. So, if they chop the freaking top 8 again, I'm just going to lose it. So, this is another card that was spoiled last night. Mystic Genesis is basically a cross between... it's kind of like Desertion, kind of like Mystic Stake, kind of like that... what's that ooze? Ooze... What's the card that makes the ooze token? The XX ooze token.
Oh, slime molding.
Slime molding. So it's a neat one. Again, pretty good EDH. Well, because of 5...
It is good in EDH.
Because of 5 cost, this card is very cool. The art's kind of neat. It's very on theme with Simic. It will see play in casual formats. But it's not the kind of... You don't want to play a 5 cost counterspell that makes a dude that was often 1/1. Or 2/2.
When someone plays their Enter the Infinite, and you're like, I got an 8/8.
You're basically just pre-boarding against Omniscience decks. So like they're
Yeah.
like slam Omniscience. You're like, no way, 10/10, swing for the win.
No,
And you play your Gideon. And
and
you're
it's
like,
just hard to play counterspells.
Get in.
It's hard to play counterspells that cost more than 3. I mean, it just is.
Yeah, there's actually an interesting. Like I'm a pretty big fan of Cube, as we talked before, and actually in my Cube I've cut all of the counter magic that's below 3.
Below...
3 and lower. So
like, no mana leaks, what you're saying.
no, only things that cost 2 or 3 mana.
Okay.
Any counterspell that costs 4 or more is unplayable, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's
like
basically...
Desertion, Desertion.
Mhm.
Like I've yet to draft a deck that like really wants to hold up 5 mana for Desertion.
You have to have a bunch of instant
Like
speed draw
Rewind
for
is
that to work.
Rewind is kind of okay, but I dropped that one early. And the last one that was still in there was Dismissed, and it
Now, what's Dismissed do?
draw a card, 4 mana draw a card. But it's just you want your counterspells to be efficiently costed, and
I mean, that's back to the point of why blue is so good. 2 mana answers anything, 3 mana answers anything. I mean, that's why, that's one of the reasons why blue is a great color. We're not arguing about it, we're just talking about it. So, this card, it's somewhat, it's not the exact same, but it's a little bit comparable to Essence Backlash, which, you can't play.
oh, it's draining. I apologize. It's draining
Wealth.
Yeah. Why? I don't know. There's a lot of numbers in his name. Y3 Rock 42. I don't know if it's supposed to be a word that I just can't see the anagram for or whatever. But yes, it's Draining Whelk meets Mystic Snake. Draining Whelk was actually in my cube for a long time until I realized there's much better things to do for 6 mana. It's good enough for like bigger cubes, but like I run a tight 360, so it's like not really necessary. But and someone's talking about too, like you can cast like Cryptic Command is in my cube. I apologize. Matthias is right. So Cryptic Command is the only 4, but I don't even really count that as a counterspell
It's only
necessarily.
a counterspell under certain circumstances.
Well, it's almost always a counterspell plus something else, but it's I don't know. It's kind of in its own.
Cryptic Commands.
I don't run all the commands.
Which ones?
I don't run
Can I
them.
guess which ones you run?
Sure, you can guess if you want.
Do you run 4 out of 5 or 3 out of 5?
4 out of 3 out of 5. Oh no, 4 out of 5.
I'm gonna say
One's teetering, but
okay. I'm gonna say that you obviously run Cryptic. I'm gonna say you run Austere Command,
yeah, that's the one that's on the.
and then I'm gonna say you don't run the green one, whatever it's
No, I
called.
do run the green one. The green one's very good.
Really?
The green one is very
I
good.
don't think I've ever played with it. What's it called? Primal
Primal Command. Do you know the modes?
No, I don't.
Gain 7 life.
Isn't it a non-creature?
To put a non-creature on top of their library. They target player shuffles a graveyard into their library, or search your deck for a creature and put it in your hand.
Okay. Well, then you don't play the red one, right?
The red one is garbage.
Yeah.
like a bad pyroclasm.
Yeah.
It's bad. All the things it does, it's bad at. You never want to do two of them.
In Commander,
And I played the black one. The black one is pretty good too.
Yeah, I knew the black one's pretty good.
Incendiary in Command, I like it. In Commander.
Okay, Commander's a whole different thing. Like Commander, like what somebody's talking about, like they've hard cast Force of Will tons of times. It's like yeah, but that's like you don't put Force of Will in your deck because you're like I want to cast it for 5 mana.
No.
You put your Force of Will in the deck because it's the best card in Legacy, and then occasionally you just happen to have 5 lands and you can tap it without paying 1 life and ditching a card. Yeah. But like you have no option with this Mystic Genesis. It's way too. Actually, the art is like way too yellow.
I'm a fan of the art. I think it looks neat.
Well, but Zach, you don't know anything.
I am pretty good at contract law.
Do you want to see if there's any news?
Is
that your specialty?
Well, that's what I got my best grade in law school so far. But I don't really like contract law. I just happen to be good at it. So.
I don't like what I do for a living, but I do it. That's another. Since we're playing all these games about people guess what I do for a living, people can try and guess what I do for a living.
Do they not know?
Not the specifics, I don't think. Okay. So what else? What else we talking about? Was there any other streams?
I think there's a chance.
3-2 will make it.
You were higher on the list.
Oh, textless promos. That's a shame that they don't do that anymore.
No, it's not. It's great because like there should have never like textless promos are so bad for the game. Because, like, as cool as they look, that being said, I just traded for these tonight.
Are you about to tell me that's because people don't know what the cards do, or?
Yes.
Well, I mean...
Do you know what... Look, you've been playing Magic for a while. You'd like to consider yourself more educated than your average player. Do you know what the 4 modes of Cryptic Command are? There's no reason why that card should have been...
Well...
So those lightning bolts...
I know it's...
if you don't know what lightning bolt does, then I don't care.
it's what? Bounce,
I actually just got this.
Counter, draw, and...
Tap.
Tap.
And the bounce is any permanent. So you can bounce like a tap land or something. It's actually pretty functional. Obviously, it's usually counter and draw, but counter bounces occasionally. And at the end of the game, like that's why Fairies decks were so good back in Norman Block because they would effectively just like they wouldn't die because you would have all of your Bitter Blossom tokens and your clicks and stuff like that, and you would just tap.
Bitter Blossom?
No, you would just tap their team, fog them, draw a card, attack in, and you would chain Cryptic Commands. The deck just wouldn't die very easily. So, very excited about those. I traded with Cliff. For those lightning bolts.
Lightning bolt. The promo lightning bolt is amazing.
It's a good looking magic card. I don't have that in my cube because I had someone alter a card in my cube for a lightning bolt.
Who altered it?
A guy on eBay I found. He did it for $10 plus shipping. It looks great. We'll try to get some. That's another thing. If people alter cards, let me know. I would be more than happy to number one, spread the word on our various forms of social media, and then also maybe get some work done. Yeah. I'm also I've got the contact information for Heather Hudson, who did the artwork for Rock Lobster, Paper Tiger, and Scissors Lizard, and I'm going to see if I can send them to her if she'd be willing to do that.
That would be a hook right there.
Yeah, I'll try to get 2 done, one for myself and one to give away in some kind of like super giveaway or something.
That would be incredible.
So, have we talked? Which promos have we not talked about while you were in the room, Zach?
Big spoilers?
Yes. I'll bring them up and you can talk about them. Did we talk about anything? Were you here last week when we talked about them?
I was here part of the time.
Cryptghast.
We talked about Cryptghast. I think it's a great card.
Biovisionary, we obviously talked about.
That's because I'm going to be making a Biovisionary deck at some point. That's just going to happen. We talked about Skullcrack.
we talk about this. Wait. I'm not proud of myself for laughing at that so much, but
PETA is going to destroy us if they ever see this.
But let's look at the other spoilers that we have. We had spoilers last week as well. I tried to get all of them that were functional. A lot of the ones
we have a guess, by the way.
Huh? I'm sorry. I think we're out of spoilers. Did you have something else you want to talk about?
We have a guess on what you do, senior storage engineer.
Oh yeah, because he can just look up my my Facebook. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, Ernie wants to talk to you, and I think I can find stuff.
Ernie wants to talk to me?
Yeah.
All right, you can do this stuff.
Let me hijack. Get out
no, I'm taking over
Get out of Zach's seat. I'm gonna put us on the internet. We're gonna go ride the waves.
Uh-oh. I'm following an Asian into the internet. We're
gonna surf the web, bro.
It's very problematic. We haven't talked about. I haven't talked about at least Duskmantle Guildmage. Have you seen that on here?
We talked about him.
But I haven't talked about it.
We can talk about him.
No, that's fine.
We
You've
can talk
already
about
talked
Nightveil Spectre.
I already said Nightveil Spectre's not very good, and I like terrible cards.
But
But Duskmantle Guildmage,
we didn't talk about Skullcrack.
I talked about Skullcracker.
Okay.
Let's see how I work this magic. So, Jordan, what do you think about Duskmail Guildmage?
I like him.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you think he's anything but awesome, you're wrong. I just wanted to make sure that was apparent.
I always like alt cool stuff. Like he's alternatively doing something that shouldn't technically happen. When
He makes... Okay, here's the first question I have. How, in the history of Magic, with all the stuff that doubles, all of the stuff that doubles, Internet, there is no double milling. There's double tokens, double damage, double life gain, double everything you can imagine. There's triple damage, but there's no when a player puts a card off the top of their library into their graveyard, instead put 2 cards off the top of their library.
Well,
How is
zone, but I know that's not the same thing. I'm just saying.
Smack you.
And with this guy, it's infinite damage if you get a Painter Servant out.
Leave. I'm taking over this by myself. Leave. You are done. You are banned. Look at me. I'm the DCI. You're banned for this match. No, but I think this guy is good. I think that he makes Jace Memory Adept
It already went up in price.
Well,
That's what Zach apparently told us was that it's already up $5 because
Yeah.
this got fixed.
yeah, I think Jace Memory Adept is good with him, obviously.
Mind Sculpts, 7 damage, even
Yeah.
though that's kind of, I don't know.
Oh yeah, 2 blue for 7 damage doesn't seem like it good or anything.
I guess it would have to be 5, right? Like
Yeah.
you have to do 5,
Well, no,
7 in the yard.
here's the 2 neat things. One, you can activate his ability more than once.
Yes.
So you can quad damage for, obviously we're in Magical Christmas Land where you have...
Increasing confusion in the yard.
Oh, yeah.
And then you just...
Increasing confusion is decent on its own.
Yeah.
And this guy makes it better. I think that is a good Magic card. But listen to me, Wizards of the Coast. Development team, print a double milling card. How has it not happened? I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. All right, Jordan, go ahead. Take us on your Asian.
Oh no, I was
Magic
just gonna say
experience.
we go on MTG Salvation because I'm pretty sure they've spoiled some not new stuff tonight, but they find new stuff.
Okay. Oh yeah, let's do that. How would you phrase double mill Y-Rock? Like I said, I'm not an amazing rules guru, but I would say, I'll ask you the same question. How in the world of Magic is there no Furnace of Wrath for milling? How does that not exist right now?
Furnace of Wrath for milling.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Furnace of Wrath
AKA,
is...
anytime someone would deal damage, deal double. How is it not anytime you would take the top card of your library and put it in your graveyard, you do that twice?
Is there not a card for that?
There is not a card for that. There is no double milling card in Magic. I don't understand how that's possible.
Have you contacted the proper authorities for this?
If I was less lazy, I would like email somebody. But I don't understand how that makes. Doesn't that make like sense? That card should exist. It should be a terrible
seems
enchantment.
fine. It seems like a perfectly fine card. It
We have-
seems like the kind of thing that, because casuals love milling.
Yes.
And
I
casuals,
love milling.
And casuals is especially they flaunt the Pro Tour and the Star City things like.
Kitchen table Magic's this format.
Magic is not
Clearly.
Magic is not going strong 20 years because of the competitive circuit.
Yeah.
No.
Magic is going on because people can build their sweet angel deck.
Oh yeah. You should have seen some of the stuff I did before I played it.
That's why Sublime Archangel and Thundermaw Hellkite were like $30-$40 for so long. It's because they weren't even played in any decks, but they're angels and dragons.
Well, that stuff happens. There's a reason they printed dragon in every set without fail, even if it doesn't fit the flavor. They printed dragon in every set. They said they would never print a set without a dragon because there is a sizable contingent of people
Who wouldn't play?
that buy packs to get dragons, and so they do stuff like Moonveil Dragon and
Which that card is a good card. It just
Balefire Dragon, but it doesn't fit Innistrad Steam.
I mean, the one that
doesn't.
when it deals 6, it deals that taller creatures. Is that Moonveil?
That's Balefire.
That one. I think that's a good card.
I'm not saying it's a bad card. I'm saying it doesn't fit the theme, like the flavor of Innistrad.
Oh,
doesn't
no.
really want a dragon.
There should have been no
Is that what
dragons
you
on
said? They were
Innistrad.
talking about how they knew full well it didn't belong, but they had to print a dragon.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. They've admitted that the dragons don't really
Do you know
fit.
one of the reasons why they have, the predominant reason why they have Planeswalkers as a card? Is because of the marketing. If you think about it, there were no characters in Magic.
Yeah.
They couldn't be come and watch because of this guy.
Well, there
the
used
biggest
to be
guys were
characters.
Urza and Mishra, but they weren't even featured on cards.
There was the Gerards, the Weatherlight
That was
saga.
the worst. The worst.
I wasn't playing back
He is a
then.
horrible card.
I was. That was the last set I played before I quit the first time.
I know they
Because of him. Because of Gerard. He quit because of Gerard.
Gerard's is good. It's Captain Sisse is good.
Yeah.
And
Wasn't there the guy who gets killed in the storyline but can't be killed? You've told me this story before. One of the people kills the guy in the storyline, but because of the way the card's made, he can't kill him in real life.
Are you talking about Norrin the Wary?
No. I'm talking about, like...
I literally have no idea what's going on.
There's someone in there. Maybe JB's told me this story.
Write it down as a thing I need to remember to put in the recap.
There's a
SJB.
there's a creature, and in the story, the Weatherlight Saga, like the guy kills him in the story, but their cards, one of them has like protection from black, so the guy who kills him in the story can't kill him.
Yeah, it's like Gerard's enemy, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember that. I'm not good. Maybe these people are telling us in the chat and we're not seeing it. But
Have you gone over the promos yet?
I don't know. I relinquished the Zach sheet to the true master.
Well, they're giving out prizes, so the top 8's coming up. I'm just praying that Victor or Mike Miller made it in top 8 because they're guaranteed no chop. Have we talked about the promos yet? No, I haven't. That's on my list of things because I don't have the art for them.
Yeah,
but the I just don't have. I don't have it canned.
You should write this down because we're not going to remember. But,
What is it?
JB. Yeah.
So the question about the Weatherlight Saga storyline.
Yeah.
Or that could be a fun little game little prize. Have people answer it on Twitter. Whoever answers.
I've thought about this. Like, if I ever get like a super sweet prize or something, like to reward people who've like actively been involved on the Facebook page and watched forever, like doing like a quiz or something, and be like, here are 20 questions. Like, email me, and whoever gets the most gets like something worth their while.
I would say find something like super, like you have to really dig to find this information. Or
But you don't want something that people can research. You want people someone watches the stream.
Yeah, I mean, this is all in my head. I remember a while ago I asked people, like, if you have any ideas for ways to give stuff away, and then there was no one giving me any ideas.
Thank you, sir.
Mutilate! It's an old mutilate.
It's the best mutilate.
Oh, that's awesome, mutilate.
Face melting.
Came out by Ernie Lawson. Very excited. Ernie Lawson just hooked me up with these bad boys. Fat
What
stack,
are
unhinged swamps.
Sell them to you?
Yes, sir.
See, someone said dragons are awesome. Yeah.
Dragons are awesome. So it sounds like there's rumblings that old Tindra, who did the 300 picture with the This Is Magic, is making a picture for me to put back here. So if it's nearly as good as the why do all the cool people, I mean, that's going to sound wrong, but like everyone who like literally no one who involves in the chat is like within driving distance of us. They're all like in mainland Europe or like the Midwest or like Florida.
If they're awesome, they would be here when those people can't be here. So
They would.
I think we are statistical proof that if you're awesome, you won't be here. Exactly, because why are we here? Somebody hates me so much they want them lands.
I like the use of them land. That's the proper way to describe them.
Yeah, someone's trolling about or not trolling, but commenting about how the giveaways on Star Siege feel like they're premium. First of all, their prizes are premium, and no one wants that. Second of all, like the questions are like, in the quarterfinals, someone won with a deck featuring blue cards. What was the name of the deck?
Or they'll like literally say the
I'm a
answer
little
and
bit
then ask the
upset.
question 5 seconds
This
after.
week, Star City obviously does a very professional, very well done live stream of their events on Saturdays. And this week their broadcast team, which always rotates. This week it's Adam Prozac and Arilax. Arilax I've not heard a lot, but Adam Prozac's like one of the few streams that I actually watch. Because the guys that we've talked about this before, the guys that just play Moto and stream Moto, a lot of that's not very entertaining to me. Like it's because I don't really want to watch people just play, like talk to themselves. You know what I mean? Like part of the reason why this is entertaining, I figure, is because of the banter and stuff like that. But but Adam Prozak like very interactive with his chat. He's just like a fun guy and stuff like that. So that's the kind of stream I would watch their stream on Saturdays because he also does a good job of like explaining game situations that are very difficult or explaining like things without being like pretentious about it, which is a problem that a lot of those guys have.
Name this continent.
That's a callback to the old Celebrity Jeopardy on Saturday Night Live. It was an audio daily double. Name this continent. Asia. Asia.
I'll take the rapist for 600.
Very good. Well, we can put that in the recap post too.
Well,
And your wager, Texas with a $sign.
what was the one where
The number
wins?
3.
Sean Connery actually
Well,
wins it somehow by accident?
No, he doesn't win by accident.
He writes a
He's
V.
trolling. Yes, it's like, you've tried to lose, but you didn't. V is the Roman numeral for 5, and then once he wagers, it reveals it's the top of suck it, Trebek. It's great. It's like the top of a K involved. Yeah.
So we're just waiting for
There's
the
top
top
eight.
8.
Sounds like top 8 is going to happen.
There's the man. Are they playing?
Cliff, Brandon,
Oh, Cliff made it.
Casey,
Good.
Logan,
Uh-huh.
me and William. And then Troy conceded to Chris.
Oh, because Troy had to leave.
Yeah.
But they're going to Columbus in the morning, so he probably needs to get home.
Right.
Hey, hey, Brandon.